Manchester City won, Everton won. It is full time in the Etihad Stadium, and we have once again dropped points. It is back-to-back dropping of points in home fixtures in the Premier League. I thought after the win against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup and then the win against Leeds and Ellen Road the other day, I thought we were really onto something. But today it was just one of those days. I mean, I assume a lot of you have clicked onto this. You want to see me come. You've come in here and you want to see me go crazy at the players, crazy at the manager, and just give out about my team. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I do have my issues, and I'm going to talk about them. You know, things that went on during the game that disrupted us and didn't help us, and we didn't help ourselves at times either. A lot of players were very, very poor today and very off it, but people in a long season, 38 game campaign and whatnot, these things happen. Players do have off days, and I can understand that, and it's not ideal. I mean, at the time we're recording now, Arsenal are 10 minutes away from kicking off against Brighton. We need to kind of hope Brighton do us a favour so we can stay on the tails of Arsenal. They can go 7 points clear now with a win down at Brighton, and I think they'll do it. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll come back to this and Brighton will have beaten Arsenal. But in terms of our game today, it was one of the toughest watches of a football match I've had in a long, long time. And I'm not saying that because we've dropped points. I genuinely mean the flow of the game, the disruptions, the jumping on the ground from Everton players and even City players at times too. All the bookings, I think I counted 7 or 8 yellow cards. The referee was far, far too trigger happy in that game. Every opportunity to stop the play, he took it, he blew the whistle. Very little advantage played for the team on the ball. And then there was the incident in the second half where the linesman's earpiece stopped working and we had to stop the game for 8 minutes. A team like Manchester City relies on rhythm and flow in the way we play. We like a continuous flow of play. We like to have the ball. We like to knock it around. We like game to just continue, play to continue. So when it's stop, start, we can't get into a flow and we can't get into a rhythm. And that suited Everton down to the ground. Now, I do have to give Everton credit in the way they defended. I think their game plan was a lot better than I expected. I thought they were going to just sit back, low block, never come at us, but they actually did press us at times. They had one shot on goal and they scored it. I mean, the defending, yes, you can question the likes of Akanji and Stones as their positioning for that goal, but what can you do about the strike? But Demari Gray has that in his locker as well. Demari Gray can score screamers. He has an accurate right foot. So why didn't you close him down quicker? And I mean, listen, a lot of players for us weren't good enough today. I mean, from the off, Erling Haaland, great goal. We know, listen, even when he's not playing well, I've said this, when he's not playing well, he still scores goals, and that's exactly what he did today. But from the off, his head was rattled. Ben Godfrey and a number of the Everton players, they got into his head, and there was a part of me was enjoying watching Haaland, do all to the crowd and telling the crowd to get up for it, and then he goes in with that crazy tackle and gets himself booked. And I was kind of like, okay, I get the aggression, I get the tenacity, and I like that. I want my players to have an element of that, but let's control it a little bit. I was concerned going into the second half that Haaland would continue to lose his head and get himself sent off. And with Chelsea away and United away on the horizon, we don't want players with suspension. So listen, with Haaland today, it was a tricky one, but you also can't take him off either, can you? Because he is the goal threat. He's the main goal threat. And I'm starting to wonder, are we relying on him too much in terms of goal threat? Because absolutely nobody else on the pitch today looked like scoring a goal. De Bruyne, I don't like criticizing De Bruyne, but I'll say it as I see it. I think it was one of his poorest days at the office. I think he'll admit that himself. His passing was off. He was slow. His decision-making was slow. For me, when De Bruyne tries to do the more extravagant things, the Hollywood passes, and he forces it and it doesn't go his way, it upsets his own rhythm. I think De Bruyne needs to stick to the basics, and then when he can go for that, miraculous ball across, go for it. Today, I think he was forcing it a bit too much. I think we were looking at Haaland far too much. Jack Grealish, I don't know how I describe his game, maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. We'll do a stream on Monday and we can run through the whole thing, but he wasn't offering enough. Phil Foden came on, wasn't offering enough. Rodri wasn't at his best. I think as a collective unit, I think the team will admit they weren't at their best. Did we deserve to win that game today? No. We didn't create anywhere near enough clear-cut chances. We had 1 or 2 chances there in the 11 minutes of injury time. That refers back to the point that I made about all the stopping and starting, about how much injury time was added on. We had 1 or 2 chances, but we never created really a number of clear-cut chances. I don't think we deserved to win that game. I think Everton's defensive performances probably warranted them to collect a point too. Massive for them, isn't it? They're off the back of 4 defeats in a row. Psychologically, I know they stay in the same position in the league, but psychologically, a draw away at the champions is massive for them. But for us, look, we just need to, pick ourselves up and dust ourselves down. It's not ideal. It's really not ideal. Like I said on one of the shows I did recently, doesn't matter who you're playing against, where it is, every win is massive when you're in a title race. and I believe we are in a title race now. We're absolutely in a title race with Arsenal Football Club, who, like I said, they're about to go and play against Brighton. I think they'll win. They're playing absolutely fantastic. Arsenal are head and shoulders in terms of performance above the rest of the Premier League. Consistency, style of play, effectiveness, efficiency, any adjective you want to use, Arsenal are head and shoulders above the rest of us. We have not hit the heights that we know we can hit so far this season. Some great performances sprinkled in the first half of the season. Great one against Liverpool in the Carabao, decent one against Leeds in the last week, but we haven't got that consistent rhythm. We haven't got into a consistent run that I still think we can hit. I still think we can achieve. It's just a matter of getting it to click. And listen, we've got Chelsea away next. No better place to go and show we're not going anywhere just yet. We don't want to find ourselves in a position where we're already 7 right now, points behind Arsenal, but 8, 9, 10 points, and all of a sudden Arsenal are staring at a Premier League title in the face, just as long as they don't have a major bottle job. So I think we just need to. It's not a disaster, people. It's not a disaster. Is it frustrating? Yes. Was it a frustrating watch? Yes. Like I said, it's one of the worst watches I've had in terms of Manchester City games in a long time. But I'm not panicking. I'm really, really not panicking. I think these days come. They happen. I know with the Brentford game being the last one at home in the Premier League, to follow it with this, it doesn't look great. But I know this team, I know this manager. I think there's still much more to come. Alvarez got a few minutes today. Remember, people, there was no Walker, no Cancelo. Foden didn't start the game. There's a lot of there's a lot of circumstances that you can go, right, okay, we can chalk that off as a bit of a blip, bit of a blunder. I'm not panicking. I'm still very confident that we can go on a run and we can put in a really good challenge for this league. Listen, it's not ideal. It's really not ideal. Not a great performance. The ref really annoyed me today. Really, he was like your man Lahal's from the World Cup. Cards left, right, and center. Trigger happy. But look, listen. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Get down your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what all of you City fans or even rival fans, anybody who watched the game, what you thought on that performance from both teams, Everton and City, down below in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you would. It helps us massively. Get it out into the algorithm and all that good stuff. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit that big red button. We're on the road to 5K. We'll see you with another video tonight, I think at some point, or tomorrow, about the Casemiro-Rodri debate. We've got a great video about that coming out. A stream on Monday, reviewing the Premier League weekend. And then we're looking towards Chelsea away, which is going to be another massive, massive test. So listen, keep the faith, Blues. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. It's only January. It's early days. There's time to go, and we can do this. Good night, and God bless.
Listen to your heart. Tell me who you want to be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart. Tell me that you understand.